All right, what's up? This is your boy Derek Branch here with SportsView360.com covering the New Orleans Saints. The 2025 preseason is officially underway for the New Orleans Saints. The Saints took the field against the Los Angeles Chargers in their opener, and let's just say we saw some bright spots, some head scratchers, and plenty to talk about. Final score: Chargers 27, Saints 13. Yeah, it's a loss, but in the preseason, it's not about the scoreboard. It's about evaluating the roster and seeing where this team is at right now. So in today's video, we're breaking down both sides of the ball, why the offense still looks like a work in progress, the QB battle between Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shough, and how the defense looked great early until Trey Lance entered the game and flipped the script based on what I saw. So we're gonna look at the offense first. It's still a work in progress to me. And I'm not just talking about the quarterback position. I'm talking about the whole unit. There were moments that made you think, okay, this could be something. But too many drives were derailed by penalties, mental mistakes. That's just classic preseason football to me. Especially with a new coaching staff. But it's also something, you want to clean up before week one. Before you get into the season, to the middle, the beginning of the season, the middle of the season, and towards the end. So Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shough, right? Let's break it down. Rattler was 7 of 11 for 100 for 53 yards, no touchdowns, sacked 3 times. He did lead the team in rushing, 22 yards, which says something about his mobility and ability to escape pressure. But also it says something about the protection he had. Tyler Shough, 15 of 24, 165 yards, one interception, one pick six, one touchdown pass to Mason Tipton, sacked twice. Statistic wise, he had the better day. And you could see his comfort level grow as the game went on. But, and this is important, I don't think he completely separated himself from Rattler in the QE battle. Both still have a lot of work to do. To me, they both do. And let's be honest, the offensive line didn't make it easier for either guy. Let's get that out of the way for two. First unit had some stability, but when the second unit came in due to some injuries, the drop off was noticeable. Big concern though was the injuries though. Trevor Penny left in the first quarter, and what it looked like to be a leg injury. They say he had to take off both shoes from his feet, and he walked back, I think, on his own power to the locker room. We'll see. That was in the first quarter. Then backup center, you didn't have Eric McCoy today. He didn't play. Backup center, Will Clapp, he left the game with a leg injury. Bud Means left the game with a leg injury. He left on a cart. But the Will Clapp is a big one. Hopefully he's okay. We'll see. And as for the skill positions, some key names didn't play today. Alvin Kamara was out. Chris Olave was out. Rashid Shaheed was out. Juwan Johnson didn't play. Eric McCoy was out. Foster Moreau, they didn't play. Hill didn't play. A lot of those guys are still recovering from injuries. So without those guys, offense obviously wasn't running at full strength, and they just kind of that just kind of have that's just how it has been for the Saints team with at quarterback. The guys not playing with a full cast of weapons, so it's really tough to like evaluate these guys because regardless if it's preseason or regular season, they never have the full unit out there with them. You know, still Kendrick Miller showed some flashes. His cuts burst. You can see the potential. Ran for, he only had 15 yards today. Eight on longest was an 8-yard run, 6 carries. That's all he got today. But this group is clearly still trying to find its rhythm in the running back department, and that's expected on the first year coach like Kellen Moore, building chemistry and syncing timing. That stuff it takes time, and preseason is where you want to iron out all these issues. It's only the first game. On defense, right? Defensive side, the game was a tale of two halves for this unit. In the first half, they were solid to me. Justin Herbert didn't play, so the Chargers decided to go with Taylor Heineke. He got the start for the Chargers, and the Saints defense. I felt like they balled him out for the most part. Threw for just 39 yards and was sacked once in this game. That kept the Chargers offense uncomfortable, forced punts, and looked disciplined in coverage. But when Trey Lance got into this game, right? When Trey Lance got into the game, that's when the script changed for the team. That's when it changed. Lance immediately gave the Saints problems with his legs. He carried the ball 7 times and ran for 48 yards and averaged over 7 yards a clip in this game. And it wasn't just one scramble here and there. It was sustained drives where his mobility opened up everything for the Chargers. But by the end of the day, the Saints. This is the concerning part for me though. By the end of the day, the Saints rush defense gave up over 148 yards to the entire, Chargers, to the Chargers tandem of group of running backs, regardless if it was a quarterback or not, or just a running back. They gave up over 148 yards total. 148 yards the Chargers, the Saints rush defense allowed tonight. So that's a red flag to me. Mobile quarterbacks have always given this defense headaches going back to Dennis Allen era. And clearly that hasn't been fully fixed yet. So Brandon Staley, the new defensive coordinator, will have to address this in practice because NFC South has QBs who can run, and you don't want this to become a weekly problem. As a matter of fact, the first game of the season, in the regular season, the Saints are playing against a quarterback that can take off and make big plays, and Kyler Murray. So this may not get fixed. It may get fixed. We'll see. It's an older defense. So takeaways, right? Takeaways and moving forward. What are they? The offense, especially at quarterback, right, is still figuring things out. Shough looks sharper than Rattler today, but not enough to officially tip the scales to me. The offensive line depth might be a bigger concern than we originally thought, especially with injuries starting to spot the stockpile early. The defense, they can lock down traditional pocket passers, but the Trey Lance performance was a reminder that mobile quarterbacks might be a problem, an ongoing problem. Some things will go into the season, and some bad habits will. We'll see. So this was game one of the preseason. I'm not going to overreact, but I'm not. Also not going to ignore the red flags. Kellen Moore's staff will have plenty to go over in film sessions this week, and the challenge will be getting this team to tighten up execution without the luxury of a full regular season roster on the field. They're gonna have to. And if you're the Saints, you're ready to see these mistakes now than in September. And for the fans, patience is going to be the key. It's going to be crucial for the fan base. Preseason is where the foundation is laid, and you don't want to judge the entire season based on one August performance. I think it is a rebuild, and this is what rebuilding teams go through, or retooling teams, whatever you want to call it. This is what they go through. So that's my breakdown of the Saints preseason opener against the Chargers. What do you think? In the comment section below, did Tyler Shough do enough to gain ground on Spencer Rattler? Are you concerned about the run defense after Trey Lance carved them up, or is this just preseason football doing doing preseason football things? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be back later throughout the week with more Saints breakdowns and content. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out.